I don't hear anything. Do you guys?
I'm on the way to see what the problem is. You are,
Okay.
yep.
I just, okay, thanks.
Oh, is it not working? Oh, now. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're good. So we're gonna get started. Most of you guys know me. I'm Melissa. I own Harpo Properties. Became an accidental agent in 2019. You want to start over? I'm going to. Okay. 2019. I lost all three of my dogs in one night to blue green algae poisoning. I was just licensed to do referral business, never intended to build a business, and people just started to know me. Amanda offered for me to come take a class. I did. I sold 14 pieces of real estate in that 7 week period. And I thought, well, maybe I should sell real estate. And I needed something to do. So I got into real estate and grew a pretty good business that first year, and then COVID. And after that, I was like, I need help because I had a lot of business was growing. And so I brought my daughter on as my director of operations. She helped me build out systems and tools. And then we started adding agents. And last year, we got very close to MREA, having probably 1 to 2 transactions away. And that's okay. We did it, and much quicker than I thought we would do it. And so one of the things that I would say is that Gary Keller says it all this time. We overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 5. And so what I'm going to teach to you guys today is what we've done in 5 years, basically. And 2 of those were accidental. So really 3 years of intentional work. So for us last year, the thing that changed was that we stopped treating our database like a junk drawer. How many of y'all have a junk drawer in your house where you just throw things in? I was that age and I was like, oh, I have 50 business cards, put those in, no tags, no system, no nothing. We just had the names in. And yeah, I'm sorry. Madison can handle that, but we don't have to worry about it. Okay. So we're just gonna do our thing, and then Madison will let me know if I need anything there, but thank you. So we stopped treating it like a junk drawer. We got real intentional. Like when we met people, we thought, how will this person go into the database? Is there going to be a relationship here? Is this somebody I want to call and have a relationship with? And I will tell you, there's a lot of people I meet these days that I don't want to do business with. And I'm okay with not putting those people in my database. I don't go into it from a fear mindset, and we got very organized on that. Year before last, we had $320,000 in GCI. This year, we had a little over 850. So we did have a very significant jump just by getting very intentional in our database. We did grow a team. 95% of that came from me and Charity. So that was a 2-person. I think we had 5 transactions outside of mine hers. So that was 2 people doing right at 900,000 GCI just from database. So I'm going to give you guys the tools on that. I will say that wasn't because of strategy, it just was timing. Not only we got married last year, we moved, and we had a huge significant loss in our family. So had we not done all those things, probably would have been there. So today's not gonna be about hype. I don't have a magic script. I don't have a magic wand. I'm not gonna say poof, you're gonna go build this millionaire real estate database, but I am gonna give you some of the tips and help you guys get organized so you can start growing your database as well. So let's talk about tell me what made you come here today. Let's just do some like brainstorming so I can make sure I hit your topics and what you're looking for. What are you guys hoping to get out of today?
Well, personally, I've watched the growth and I mean, just the systems and things you guys are very organized and
We try.
it looks like it anyway.
Yeah, we are, I would say we have gotten there.
Yeah.
So like some systems and things, okay? What else? What else has got you guys here? Like, what do you think is your roadblock from where you are to where you want to be? Even if it's not millionaire, it could be 100,000. Like, what do you think is your roadblock or what do you want to learn more about?
Actually activating the system.
Okay, so we're still in systems.
Yeah, implementation.
Implementation.
Okay, what else?
I would say just ways you found people, so I can tweak that and figure out how to find people to add.
So build the database.
I'm coming back from
Welcome back.
yeah, thanks.
I was so good to see you.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of starting over again.
Okay.
Even though it's only been like 3.5 months since I've been gone, I feel like the end of my general brokerage experience, I was not feeling great. That's why I transitioned.
Gotcha.
That did not work out because it's just like a different.
I always wonder about that.
So I felt burnt and I also felt defeated. And so I was like, I'm never doing real estate again. So I had that mindset for like a month.
Okay.
And then I woke up one morning, it was the weirdest thing, and I was like, I have to do this. Like, I have to go back to.
You're too good at it not to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I have to do this. Like, because I was praying. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was about to go take a $20 an hour job. I was that close.
Okay. But you did do it.
And so then I was like, I'm more valuable than that. Not that that's anything wrong with that, and it works for so many people.
Right.
It's not working.
Right.
And so that's why I'm here. I want to learn from really good people like yourself, and just kind of feel like I'm gonna start fresh and have a better mindset.
Perfect. I'm so glad you're here. This is so good. All right. Anybody else wanna? Yeah.
Probably the whole implementation, just what do I do with the database?
Okay.
So I have it, but no,
I know. I think that's such a struggle. I feel like you were gonna say something.
Oh, yeah, I have that junk drawer.
The John for it, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of new and I'm a little bit afraid of my database.
Funny story. I'm from here originally, and a lot of people know me. We were talking about that just a minute ago. I go out of town and people know me. I'm like, how does this happen? But I started when I first got in. I'm like, I'm not calling the people that know me. I'm going to knock on doors and do open houses. Like, I don't want to talk to the people that know me. It was so dumb. But I avoided them forever. I mean, I started out. Most of my first transactions were people I didn't even know, and it was so hard. And I'm like, if I would have started with the people that I knew, my business probably would have grown much faster, and probably much simpler because people that don't know you are a lot less nice to you most of the time. The people that know you feel like they have to be nice. So,
Start that, reach out to people that you do well.
I would say probably, so I got licensed in 2019, probably the end of 2020, early 2021. Yeah. I went about a year knocking doors. I mean, I did open house every Saturday, not knocking your doors every Thursday, Friday. Like, I was like, cause why? I don't know. I mean, all right, so we're gonna cover all of this. If you guys are in the great room. We're gonna do something. Okay. I did put my information up here if y'all ever have any questions or if I don't explain something, because sometimes I get ahead of myself. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Email is probably best. And I'm gonna erase this because I like to write on the whiteboard. Like I said, I don't do PowerPoints and all those things. Because I'm too busy working my database. That's all right. All right, so today I want to kind of tell you what we're going to do so you'll know what direction we're going. And today is really going to be about what can you do to keep a millionaire real estate database. And so Gary Keller says that we have to feed it, we have to water it, we have to weed it, and then we have to harvest it. And so those are the four things I'm really going to talk to you about today. Is how do you do all of those things? How do you add new people to your database? You should be adding new people weekly, especially if you're just starting out. Can you add 5 people a week? What does that look like? How can you make that happen? I'm gonna talk to you about that. Water it, stay consistent. It used to be a 36 touch plan. That's not enough. I'm gonna give you a simple 72 touch plan that you can implement today. You can start today and you can have 72 touches. We do probably around 150 touches a year, and they're very simple touches. Now I have a team, so if you're solo, don't go adopt that. If you're not doing 36 touches, start there. Start somewhere. Don't start all in, right? All right, so your database is your retirement plan. I'm gonna assume that we all don't want to do this when we're 90. Would that be correct? Like, how can I retire at 55? So, we talked about business cards and having a junk drawer. So would any of you take $8,000 and put it in a junk drawer?
No.
Right, we would protect that, right? And so every person that we meet that could potentially become into our pipeline, just based on average commission, what your average commission is, and I don't know yours. But you think of that as your average commission check. And if it's $8,000, like I know my average commission check is about $14,000. So if I meet Amy out and I'm like, man, I really like her, I can stay in contact with her, I can invite her to some of my events where we have a lot in common. That now is like, I'm going to treat her like a person, but also if you wanted to assign a value to it, she's worth $14,000 because she will transact with me one day. And if I stay in constant relationship with her. So when you meet people, guard that relationship as if it has that value to it. And it's more than that, because here's the thing, if I create great relationship with Amy, guess what? I'm not just gonna sell her house. I'm gonna sell her family house, I'm gonna sell her next door neighbor house, I'm gonna sell her people in her little small group of house. Like there is endless. And so many times I see people go and just capture a bunch of names and do nothing with it. It's like, man, you should have just left that for somebody else to harvest because you're not going to do it. So make sure that you're a steward of that and think about that, what that is worth whenever you meet somebody. I tell my team all the time, I'm like, when you show up at an appointment, like you want to look at this as if I meet with Troy, I tell them like, imagine that Troy has walked in and he's carrying a briefcase of $400,000 because that's the average price point, right? He's carrying a briefcase of $400,000 and he's just handing that to you and saying, hey, Melissa, take care of this for me. Are you taking care of him at that level? Are you looking at what that is for him instead of just, oh, it's just another closed transaction? No, it's not. This is his livelihood. This is what we're doing. So every time you talk to people and meet people, think about the value of them and their relationship. Also, what are they placing in you? What trust are they putting in you? And don't throw them in the junk drawer. All right, so the next part of your database is that your results are going to come from volume, consistency, and personalization. So how many of you have a goal to make $100,000 or more a year? Tends to be the pretty average, about 100,000. It just about take that to live in you want. So y'all heard, I'm sure if you're listening to Madison, you need 201 names in your database that equal $100,000. And that's 201 names of people that you call and know you. Like that's people that you have their address, you have their birthday, you have their phone number. Like they're not just the business part, like you've created some sort of conversation with them. So you need 201 of those people. When I first started transitioning my database, this is what I did. I created a tag 201. And every time I got to somebody that I had all that information and knew them, I put the tag on there so I could see how many I really had. Because I had about 16,000 people in my database. I didn't want to talk to them. I couldn't. I would log in and I'd be like, oh my God, what do I do today? I'm just going to go to my home doors and get more contacts because I don't know what to do full time. It was a mess. It was a junk drawer. And so once I did that and I saw what I had and I was like, okay, we have about 1,200 names of people that I know that I could call. They know who I am or they're going to see me. And then I was able to really dial in, like, what do I know about them? Do they like dogs? Do they like to go to the beach? Do they like live music? And get really dialed in on those people so I could pull them into my world. So that's the volume. So making sure that you have enough people. What are your goals? If it's $100,000, you need 201 solid contacts. Start there. If you want to make 200,000, you need 402 names. So you build on that. And make sure you have them, and then be consistent on how you talk to them. Y'all, the best way to do this, and I fight this one too, so I'm not sure I'm the best person to teach this class, Amanda, but DTD2. And so, that is do the database daily, 2 letters at a time. And so this week is B and E. I'm so proud of myself. I've contacted all of my BNEs. They've probably never all heard from me ever in 1 week, but they did this week. So get consistent. Make sure that you're following the schedule. It is such a great schedule. I don't know why I fight the things that work. Do y'all fight it too? Yes. Anybody else great at their DTD too? Nobody?
So far this year I am.
Right. I know. I'm like, I'm good to F. After F, they never.
Find that schedule.
It's printed somewhere, but you can actually just Google it. Keller Williams.
It's a Google Drive.
Actually, it's a resource folder.
Yeah, I know. Everybody
It's
has
just the, in Google Drive, the Google.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can Google it. And if you send me a message, I can send it to you as well. So you start the first week is A and W, then B and E, then D and O, and after that, I don't know, because I never do it after the 3rd week, but this year is different. So be consistent with your DTD too. And then this is a great time to, when you're thinking about these people, I want you to ask yourself the things we learn in school: who, what, when, where, and how. Who are they? What do they do? What do they like to do? When did you meet them? When was the last time you spoke to them? Where do they live, or where are they wanting to go? Like, try to find out that information, and then how do they like to be communicated with? I have so many people that would much rather me reach out to them on Facebook, and that's totally fine. And if you want to get a step further, take your Facebook friends and put them into DTD2 as well. You can create segments for your friends list. That's been a little bit of a game changer for me. You can actually make a post that only targets those people, and you can say something. So like, if I wanted to say something that I was doing this week that I only want my B and E's to see, then they see it, I can post that. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm taking my database to coffee this year. Every week I'm having coffee dates, and so I'm able to target just those B and E's and say, hey, I've got a few availabilities this week. I'd love to take you for a cup of coffee. Who would like to go? And so then my calendar fills up with people. So it's really cool. So stay in contact with them, know what you can know about them, and then be so personal. You know, if you have a cat, please don't be offended. I'm not a cat person. So I'm not gonna have a cat event. And my cat lovers in my database, they probably don't want to come to my events because they're mostly dog events, because we're a dog brand. If you don't know that about us, we love dogs. We like cats. I'm allergic, can't do it. But find the things that they like. You know, if you don't like wine, don't freaking have a wine event. I don't drink. I'm not having a wine event. That's not up my alley. I'm not going to be very weird because I'm not going to have a glass of wine because I hate wine. But take me to coffee, I'll do that. It's not that I am opposed to that, but I don't eat pork. I'm not going to have a pork roast. I'm not going to have a pig picnic, right? So find the things that you like, that you can be yourself and bring your people. Don't try to be something that you're not, because you're never going to show up the way you should. So personalize what you're doing so that you can show up as your authentic self, but also so your people can come in. If you're trying to be too many things to fit too many people, you'll never be yourself. So don't do that. And then this is one of my things. Create conversations. Don't just, I say, post and pray. Like, I see so many agents get caught up in their marketing. I gotta have the right post. I gotta have the right logo. I gotta make sure I have something to put on social media. Social media is great, but it never is going to win over a conversation. And I'm like, you know what? That post will probably never get you to a contract, but having a coffee with somebody that really looks up to you will. And I watch so many agents invest so much money and spend so much time on those things. But if you'll just pick up the phone and have some conversations, you'll see more result from your business. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I love my logo. But that wasn't what got me the business in the beginning. Now, of course, people see me and they know. So have the conversations. Yo, this is the best time. Happy New Year. I was thinking about you. That has literally been my conversation. Hey, Vicki, Happy New Year. How are you? I was thinking about you today. What's going on this year? And they'll say, oh, well, if they didn't have a great new year, you tone down the excitement.
Yeah.
But if they did, you go in. What are your plans this year? You got any fun trips planned? Where are you going? Well, hey, I'm just curious. Are you still living at 123 Main Street? Yeah, we are. Okay, you guys have been there for a while. I'm curious, did you get a lot of fixed rate when you bought that house? You would not believe the people I've talked to today that do not have a fixed rate, and they had no idea what that meant. So have the conversation of refinance because rates are going down a little bit. There's always opportunity for something. If the conversation doesn't lend it for you to have a real estate conversation, don't. Just have a checking conversation. It's totally fine to do that. I would say, if you get them on the phone, make sure you've got a good email and their birthday at least. Have those things, because that's gonna be part of your touch plan, okay? And then you're gonna wanna write notes for this. So 72 touches a year. And I'll take notes. I'll put notes up here. So 72 touches a year. Seems like a lot. How many of you are doing at least 36? Okay, so we're not gonna go 72, we're gonna go 36. So we'll scale it down. 72 is the goal, but let's get to 36. All right, so if we're gonna do DTD2, that's 4 calls a year. If you follow DTD2, you're gonna talk to everybody in your database 4 times. Please have the conversation, don't just text it. A newsletter, I was gonna recommend a weekly newsletter, and I know that some of you are like, oh my God, weekly newsletter. It can be so simple, like literally. I just finished reading this book this week, and it was so good, I wanted to share it with my audience. This was my biggest takeaway. Literally 3 sentences. People care about what you're doing most of the time. Or they're nosy. They like to know what's happening. Give them something.
Where do you, what's that? Where does
Just put it in a, I just will send it as an email. You can just literally, you can call it a newsletter, but it's just an email touch. Like drop a picture of the book, use a template in Command, create a smart plan, and just say, hey friends, because hopefully they're your friends. First week of 2026, I just finished reading this book and I wanted to share it with all of you. This was my biggest takeaway. Or hey friends, as we go into February of 2026, these are some of my favorite restaurants for Valentine's Day. Like there's so, it doesn't always have to be real estate. And I think a lot of times agents feel like they've got to send so many technical things and you don't. You do need to make sure people know you're a real estate agent. Y'all, there was a point where we would get reviews on Facebook and they thought we were a dog rescue. And I was like, oh, no, we're not a dog rescue, we sell real estate. So we really had to change up what our messaging. So don't lose sight that you're a real estate agent, right? Make sure you're putting that out there, but you can sprinkle in other things. So that way they don't think, oh my God, there's another email from Vicky telling me about the market. I don't care. Because they say only 6% of your database is going to transact with you this year. So how do you talk? Only 6%, 4% is going to transact with you this year. 96% will not. So you want to make sure the 4% sees that you're an agent, but you keep the other 96% engaged. How do you do that? By sending them things that they really like to see. All right, so weekly, so we're going to stay on 36 touch. So weekly news, well, you could do this monthly since we're doing 36, okay? Or even bi-monthly. And this is email. Here's the cool thing about this. When you do this and DTD2 comes up the next week, you can call and say, hey, did you get my email last week? Have you ever heard of that book? Or hey, did you get my email? Have you ever been to any of those restaurants? I'm curious, what's your favorite restaurant? Where do you like to go on Valentine's Day? You're always looking for reasons to have the next conversation. And if you're sending them something regularly, then you've got a reason to call. I want to make sure that you got that and didn't go to spam. I say that all the time. What was your favorite part of my newsletter? Well, Melissa, I threw it in the trash. I didn't even read it. What? How can we make it better so you would read it? So looking for just the next reason to have the conversation. And it really is about systematizing what you're doing. DTD2 is the first thing. Make sure everybody in your CRM has that tag. And that's for your Mets. I'm not calling people that I've never met on DTD2. Some people do it differently. I don't do that. That's up to y'all. So if we do the, and then the birthdays, if y'all know their birthdays, send out your birthday cards. We actually do it the last week of the month before we send out all the next month. So like the last week of January, we're sending all of February. And then I actually call people on their birthday and say, hey, did you get my birthday card? Did you get a birthday card? Most of the time I call and say, happy birthday. And they're like, oh my God, thank you for my birthday card. And people are starting to post it on Facebook, which is really cool. And then people say, well, I didn't get a birthday card. Well, you didn't tell me your birthday. What's your birthday? So But it's kind of fun to do that. You can get some personalized birthday cards made if you want, or you can just go grab some. People don't care.
Yeah.
But just send something. Do y'all do birthday cards?
I do.
Yeah.
I got some little confetti I put in it too.
Oh, fun. We do a sticker that says today's my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And last year I did a pre-recorded video, so people just thought that it was on the live happy birthday. So it's up to you. My VIPs get something on their birthday. The people that send me business, they get something. And you can go get a little nothing but cake and drop it off.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a fun thing. Birthdays, and then if home anniversary, if you know that, you want to do home anniversary, let me write birthday up here. So if you do it every other week email, that's 24. That's just right there. And then 4 puts you at 28, and then 29. What are some other things you can do? You can do some small events. So this is, I'll talk about events later, so I won't talk about that now. Holiday cards. Everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas, so be careful with that, but you can send a holiday card. You can send it end of the year. Most people, even a gratitude card at Thanksgiving is great because, I mean, that can't be misconstrued. Some people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So be careful with the holidays, but you can do like a 4th of July or a summer card, and then you can do it end of year, and that gives you like 2. And only do that to your VIPs. Y'all don't try to send that to, or like your DTD too, the people that know you. Because if you start sending 5,000 postcards, that's expensive.
It's the 250th this year too, for 4th of July, so
Yeah, that would be a
it's
fun
good.
one.
Yeah.
So you can send the cards, and then a pop by would be on like 2 weeks before, go drop off some sparklers or little flags to put in their yard. Like there's so many things. One of our best pop by feedback ever was sparklers.
Oh,
Thanks for making our business sparkle.
Yeah.
So cheesy. Popeyes
They
are
love
so
it.
cheesy. They love
I
it.
do love
Don't they? It's so crazy and so cheap. I don't even know if those sparklers even lit up. They were so cheap, but people, even it was fun. And then another for your homeowners, I would send them an unsolicited CMA twice a year. I would the first of the year say, hey, I'm sure you would love to know what your most valuable asset is worth as we go into the new year. This is just an overview of the market. If you would like for something more dialed in, I'll be in your area next Thursday at noon. Let me know if you've got some time. I always tell people I'll be in their area on a certain day. That way they can grab an appointment.
You said the CMAs that you do just for the neighborhood?
For their house, I'll do
For their
just,
house?
just the basic one.
Okay.
I do not get super dialed in. I give them a big range, so they have to call me. Normally the range is about $50,000. That's a big enough range where it's not crazy, but, and I just write a note on there, hey, this is dependent on how, a lot of things. I'd love to pop by and take a look and give you a more accurate number. I'll be in the area on this day, love to stop in and say hi. But those are, we've gotten several listings off of doing that because people had no idea what their value was worth. So if you do 4 pop buys or even 2, you could do 2 if you want. Make up some and keep them in your car. We keep Smart Pop popcorn individually packaged with a little tag that says just pop them by to let you know we appreciate you. And we all have those in our car. So if we're in a certain area, we're like, oh, these people live here, let's drop by and give them something. You can just keep some things in your car so you can drop by. That's a great touch. Don't knock on the door, try to talk to them. It's a pop by. You're leaving it and then you're leaving. Because you will get stuck at somebody's house for 2 hours if you're not careful. I don't know. And then I do a quick video as I'm walking to the car. Hey, I just left you something on your porch. Let me know when you get it. And send it as I'm driving away.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Because I always take a picture of it at their door, but I like video it.
And you can reuse the same video.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
I
right.
just left something at your house. Let me know when you get it. Send it. You need a full video album of this. All right, so we talked about, this is a good, I mean, the 4 calls, y'all, is where you really need to start. And then the next thing would be at least a monthly email, if not bi-monthly. It's crazy enough, you could take a picture of you with your family. Hey, we just checked out this great restaurant. We loved it. This was our favorite dish. Would love to know where you'd love to take your family. Like, it's just letting people into your life, creating relationship with them so they don't feel like you're the big scary realtor. Because how many of you have ever, before you got into this business, sat across the table from somebody in a real estate transaction and felt so intimidated? I will tell you, that's why I do this. The first time I ever sold my house, I was a broke single mom. and I was terrified. My car was about to be repossessed. And the agent came in and I felt so judged. And I was like, man, if I ever get my real estate license, nobody's ever gonna feel like that when they work with me. You have to find your thing. That's my thing. That's why my price point is typically a little lower than most, but that's who I like to work with. So, you know, get real strategic in who your client is and who you're working with and let people know you because that makes you a real person. Most of the time they see us as stuff. You know, we have a worse reputation than car salesmen.
Yes.
That's so scary. Considering I went to a car lot a couple weeks ago and I wanted to drop kick everybody in the block. No, I won't take that word from that. But they're like so salesy and so pushy and so mean. And it's like, don't be that. Like, let people get to know you for who you really are. Just be your real self. Still come from value. You still are a market expert. Show that from time to time. Don't let people think you're a dog rescue. Show that from time to time, but let people see who you are. And the way you do that is to get in places where you can show up as yourself. One of the things I just told Jeff, because I wrote this down when I was preparing for this, you don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be remembered whenever you are somewhere. Like you need for people, if the conversation comes up, you need for people to remember your name. And that can also be one of your conversations. You know, hey, Vicki, do you have an agent? If you decide to sell your house today, do you have an agent that you would use?
Mhm.
And they tell me yes. Well, how can I be the second agent that you would pick? Because I'm not trying to be the first if they've got somebody they're loyal to, because that's kind of sleazy. But if they've got somebody, great. But if they don't, well, hey, how can I be that person? What would it take for you to work with me? Those are conversations you need to have. And I know it seems scary, but it's really not. All right, so DTD2. How many of y'all schedule DTD2 in your calendars?
I do.
Okay, good job. So this is gonna be the first thing when y'all leave here today. You're gonna go get your calendar and you're gonna put this in. If you walk by my office Monday through Friday from 9 to 12, you will see a quiet hour sign on the door. Nobody better come in there. If anybody from the team comes in there, they gotta make $100 donation to KW Cares. The building better be on fire for them to interrupt me during lead gen, because I'm lead generating too. There's nothing that's so important that I can't wait till 12. We don't schedule inspections, we don't schedule closings, we don't schedule walkthroughs before noon. That is our time to generate business. So I would say get real dialed in on what that looks like for you. If it's not 9 to 12, fine. When is it? And then have appointment times. We heard this at ALC. Put appointment times on your calendar. So you can always say, I have 4 appointments scheduled for this week. Nobody may be coming but you got 4 appointments on your calendar. All right. And if nobody's coming to your appointment, guess what you get to do? Lead gen. Because you're looking for an appointment. If you don't have appointments, then you need to be lead generating more. I have my time blocks for appointments are typically 2 to 6. If I'm not going to appointments or doing something to make my business better, I'm lead generating some more. I had to work on Saturday, y'all, because I didn't hit my goals this week. So I lead generated on Saturday for 4 hours. Did I want to? Heck no. But I did it and I set 3 appointments. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So look at what your calendar looks like. DTD2 is so important. Get that in. Are you seeing results from doing DTD2?
Yes.
Isn't it crazy?
Oh my
I think
gosh.
they tell us to do it. We don't do it. We do it. It works.
Yes.
Okay.
D2 is the one where it's 2 letters.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's like this week is B and E, and it's last names. So it's really cool because typically there'll be about the same amount of people every week. I have 1 week that's real heavy. That's normally when I stop doing. I think it's F and G. So I'm like, I'm not doing it this week. I should do it. But yeah, you're calling those people and just asking how their holidays were. Now's the perfect time to call. The other thing, we'll talk about Bold 100. We have a big giveaway that the Market Center's paying for. Next week, we'll talk about that and I'll talk to you about how to capture people. So many people think that they don't have time to do DTD2, so we're going to do a little exercise. Y'all all pull out your phone and go to your settings and go look at your social media, your app, and see how much time you spent on your app just yesterday. Yeah, if you have an Android, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, I got turned off. It's terrible.
What am I doing? So you're gonna go to your settings and then go to your apps. So like you'll go to, why can't I find it now?
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Yeah, down at the bottom.
Very bottom, yeah.
Yep, go to your apps and then go to your I think it's under privacy set, screen time, here it is. So if you have an iPhone, go to your settings and then scroll down under notifications and look at screen time. Look at how much time you spent on your phone just this week. I have limits set on mine, so I can't even see mine. Do y'all see how much time you spend on Facebook or social media? Is it a lot
Well.
in a day?
That's
Oh, that's not it. So Sunday? That's probably the daily average, Amy.
Mayor's nuts. Never mind.
That does say daily average.
Where was it again, under that?
Under your apps, will you tell them exactly where you got it? Cause I have my turn, I can't even get to mine on my phone
Okay,
anymore.
so you go to settings and then scroll down.
Yeah.
It's in the same block as notifications.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I feel like I'm right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, okay. You should, that's something to look at, cause if you think you should be able to make 25 contacts in about 2 hours, 18 to 25, depending on how long people talk. It takes me I get about 18 contacts in 2 hours. That's about how long it takes me. If you're somebody that has the gift of talking and not being able to wrap up a conversation, literally, before I call those people, I tell somebody on my team to call me in 5 minutes so I can say I have another call coming, I have to go, because I'm not gonna lie. Or I would say, hey, I'm walking into another meeting. I'll have to call you back later or whatever, and I'm literally walking into the next office beside me, so I can say I'm walking in, so I don't lie about it. I wanna be honest, because I feel like karma gets you, so I'm always honest about what I'm doing. But you have to have an exit plan, or the people that talk a long time, hey, I want to call you really quick, I'm about to walk into a class, but I just wanted to check in and see how things are going for you. I made a couple of those calls before I came here, because I knew these people would keep me for 30 minutes. Yeah. Mm.
Start with the who, what, when, where, how was your New Year?
Yeah.
If people didn't know something, that's something in my head. Why is he calling me? He's never called me before, he's a texter.
So I would say, hey, I have never called you before. Now that you picked yourself up off the floor because you saw me calling you, I just want to check in and see how you're doing. It's been a while since I heard your voice.
Yeah.
I just try to make it funny. Because that is something you're telling yourself.
Yeah.
It really is, because sometimes we lose the human connection. If you're only talking 4 times a year, that's worth a phone call. And especially for you, because you haven't been selling real estate for very long. And I would say, hey, what's new for you? What are you doing? Hey, I don't know if you saw, I just got in real estate. You're missing valuable opportunity. And referral business is big. If y'all aren't doing outbound referrals, this is so nice. My little EA, I got 3 referrals in December, and he was like, Melissa, you gotta check here. Melissa, you gotta check here. I'm like, I don't even know where that came from. He's like, no, God, you just make money and you don't even know where it comes from. And I'm like, what kind of? So, huge referrals, I mean, those are conversations you wanna have. People want to talk to you. So,
I definitely, I want to talk.
you like to talk?
Yeah, I like to talk. I mean, if he would call me or anybody would call me, instead of getting endless texts, I get so many texts.
Mhm.
And if they called me, I would answer the phone immediately.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, my son told me that.
No.
Yeah, but then I'd be relieved because nothing was wrong, and
Yeah, you can even start it like that. Hey, nothing's wrong.
yeah.
I know you never hear my voice. And you can make it funny because you're funny. Like you can make it a little funny.
Thanks.
Yeah. But people want to hear from you. That's the story you're telling yourself. So if you guys aren't, is anybody like time blocking lead generation in your database? Like, are you blocking that out?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
First order of business is to go make sure that you have, and honestly, y'all, if you want $100,000 business, you need to be doing 2 to 3 hours a day. I mean, that is 10 to 15 hours a week. If you're spending 5 hours a day on social media, sure, you can spend 2 hours a day calling that. Question: do you ever voice text? Some people don't check voicemail or leave full. I'm a phone caller. I like to call my people. I will do a voice message from time to time if they don't answer after I've called them 3 times, but I'll do a voice message and I literally say, hey, are you okay? Like, I've reached out to you 3 times this week and you haven't responded. Are you busy or are you something going on? They always write me back. I'm talentless. I'm just busy. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure they count you as a contact. Who do you know that needs to talk to this week? But I will do a voice recording after a while. I like to do a video message where I'll just send a video of myself. I would encourage you to make those generic if you can, because then you can send a lot, especially if it's people that aren't in your AB. We're gonna talk about categorizing your database, but if it's people that you wouldn't go have lunch with, you can send them a generic video. The people that you would sit across the dinner table from, I'd probably call them.
You just send that like a text message?
Yeah, I just do like a 30-second video of myself.
I've done that for like work things, so just different.
I do it a lot. Like, I'm like, hey, I was in the car just thinking about you, or hey, I'm in your part of town and was thinking about you, just want to say hi, and drop the message. And I mean, I may not have been in their part of town when I recorded the message, but I was when I sent it. Right? So you have like you need a album of videos to do that. And sometimes it can just be a video where you're doing Legion. I know Charity right around Christmas, she sent a ton of video text messages. She had so many conversations. We put so many under contract between 1st of December and the middle until yesterday. We have been straight busy. I think we have 12 pending right now. So, and it was just doing those check-ins with our people. All right, so who's tracking their day? Is anybody tracking what they do? How many dials you made? How many conversations? How many appointments? Oh, okay.
Well, it's not that much. I mean, that's my problem is that I come here, your numbers are so high, it feels almost discouraging.
Don't be discouraged. I didn't start this way. We're gonna dial that.
That's how I feel right now too.
Like, it's overwhelming, like I'll never,
Yeah.
nobody likes me that much as they
Yeah.
like you.
They do. You just don't know that they do. They do like you that much. And that's a story that you're telling yourself. I used to tell myself the same story.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell yourself that story. The script they used to tell us, and I thought it was so woo-woo, was they're home, they're happy, they're home, and they're happy I'm calling, or something like that. They're home, they're happy, and they're happy to hear from me, or something. It was something like that. But tell yourself that, and you don't have to start as big as me, okay? Like, if you don't, it really depends on your numbers. My numbers are very big. I mean, I'm giving you a scaled down version of what I do because my numbers are big, because I do run a team. But I mean, seriously, every real estate agent, I mean, to be on my team, you have to have 60 conversations a week. Like, I don't negotiate from that. Like, you need 60 to build a business. Like, you just do. So if you want a business that will sustain you, you need 60 contacts a week. And if you don't have 60, then how can you get them? We'll talk about that. All right. I'm going to get to that for sure. But if you're not doing 20 right now, start at 20. Start with 20. Start with 2 hours and get 20 contacts. But then you got to bump it up a little bit if you want to do more. If you don't, that's okay. Your goals are your goals. They're not mine. Any same. Like, your goals are not the same as mine. But whatever they are, the activity needs to match. And so if, I sit down with somebody, they tell me they want to make $100,000 a year, but they want to make 5 contacts a week, the math ain't mathing. That doesn't work. I'm going to shoot it straight. You want to make $100,000 a year, you need to be having 60 good conversations a week. And to get 60 good conversations a week, you need to be working 15 hours a day. 15 hours a week, not a day. Sorry, not a week, a week. That's what we do this, right?
I'm just gonna quit.
No. I actually told my team this the other day because they all want to make $100,000. It's just the common answer in the business. And I'm like, I worked in corporate America. To get to $100,000 a year, I had to work at least 40 hours a week. They worked me 60, to be honest. But we come to real estate and we're like, I'm just going to work 1 or 2 hours a day. I'm going to work 5 hours a week. It doesn't add up. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. I'm a straight shooter. I told you all that when we got here. You got to be realistic with what you're telling yourself. If you want a $50,000 career, cool. Go do 30 contacts a week. That's up to you. And you need to know what your conversion rate is. And the way you know that is you track how many dials you're doing, how many conversations you're having about real estate, not just about the weather, about real estate, and then how many appointments are you setting? Because if you're not setting appointments, then your conversion is not there. I'm going to do a shameless plug for Jeff. Jeff does productivity coaching here. My whole team is in his coaching, even though we coach, we now require it. Y'all, you don't even pay until you close. And you, at closing, you pay 10%, and you only pay 10% of your commission for the first 3 transactions, and then it's free forever. You can be in this class forever. He is so good. If y'all haven't spent time with Jeff, spend time with Jeff. He is amazing. So I would reach out to him today and get in his coaching, because he is talking about a lot of these things right now, and it's so good. My team is seeing great results. I had one agent on my team last week set 4 appointments. With Mary Kay last year. Okay. Yeah, I have a network marketing business as well. Some of y'all don't know that, but I do something similar to Mary Kay. I never talk about it because I feel like you can't ride 2 horses with one butt. Like, you gotta choose which one you want to do. I mean, I told you I keep it real, right? Like, you gotta decide which horse you want to ride, and that's why I still do that network marketing business, because it pays me really good money. And I use those contacts. Whoever that was, I use those contacts. They're in my database. You have to ask permission to put them in your database, but I call them and check in on them, and build relationships that way too. We won't get hung up on that. But your calls this week are so simple. Hey, it's Melissa. How are you doing? How was your holiday? Cool. What's going on this year? Do y'all have any big plans this year? I know you're always taking a great trip. Like, I just had somebody say, I don't have any plans. Really? You travel every year? I see you take massive. Well, yeah, we're going to India. That's amazing. When are you doing that? I mean, good grief, I'm going to Myrtle Beach. No, I'm kidding. But you know, have the conversation, ask them, and then the last thing I always say, I let people know, hey, I want you to know that anything real estate facing, I'm your person. If you need a painter, if you need a fence put up, whatever you need, I want you to save me as the house person. Anything that has to do with real estate, call me first. And then real quick, before I let you go, Amy, who do you know that's thinking about making a move this year that I can help? They're always gonna say nobody. And then you say, they never say. And then I say, that's okay. Thank you for thinking about it. Here's what's gonna happen. Now you're gonna hear 2 or 3 people say that they're thinking about buying or selling a house, and I want you to call me. Do you promise that you'll do that? You'll call me and let me know. Yeah, I promise I'll call you. They almost always call me back with a referral. So you just gotta plant the seed. You teach people how to treat you. What are you telling them? Are you letting them know that you want to talk to their friends? And doing that. So we talked about how to do the DTD2. Get it on your calendar. Start small. If you're not doing anything right now, start with 30 minutes a day. See how many contacts you can make in 30. Make it fun, y'all. Get a little timer. Morgan, my director of ops, bought me a timer, and I started out that way. I started out because I can't sit for 3 hours. Forget that. But I can do 50 minutes. So I do 50 minutes and I get a bathroom break. And I go walk outside, and then I come back for 50 more minutes. And it's in 3-hour chunks. I'm able to do that, but I can't talk to other people on my 10-minute break. That's just a 10-minute refresh break. And then I go back to it.
So you're like, you've generated the RAS, so to speak. So you're gonna hear, now here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna hear somebody talk about it. So what do you say? Like, I hope you'll give them my information, or
no, do you promise me, like, you're gonna hear about it now, Vicki, do you promise me that when you hear that, you'll get me in contact with them? Because I would really want them to be taken care of.
Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure to give me their information. So
and I say the word promise because people don't want to break a promise.
it's good.
Right? Not, will you just put me in contact? They're never gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hey, do you promise me that if you hear somebody thinking about buying or selling, that you'll think of me first and get me in contact with them?
Yep.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you promised that to me.
Okay.
And then I send them my business card, like we talked about. You said that if you hear anybody thinking about buying or selling, that you would remember me. Here's my card. Please feel free to keep that, save it, whatever.
You just have your blank card.
No, so this is my next little $1 million tip. Change your contact in your phone to your name -real estate. So my name in my phone is Melissa Martin -real estate. And it has all of my contact information in there. And after I get off the phone, I share my contacts. And I don't do the Blink card. Because most people, I love Blink. It's great for trips. But once somebody scans it, it's just in their Blink account unless they know how to download it to their phone. Right? Most people don't do that next step.
Are you talking about Instacart?
Any of those card programs, yeah. So if you,
That we get from Keller Williams, is that.
So it's not gonna save the contact, they don't need to step.
they don't do the next step. No, and I learned that the hard way.
Oh,
But if you go to your contacts and you look at your very first one, it's you. So mine is my headshot, and then it says Harpo Properties, powered by Keller Williams, Melissa Martin Real Estate, and then it has links to everything that I do. Home value, it has a home value link, it has my YouTube channel, has my address, it has my real estate license number. That way when I get a referral partner, I can send that, and they have everything they need of mine. So they don't have to look
And where do you have that?
just in my contacts, like you can set your, you can, Mhm. You should be.
Yeah, I have an Android, but.
Oh, good. You gotta get from the first thing on your list. I don't know how to do it on there.
So if I put real estate,
I have-
in my last name, it'll show up.
Yep. So if you, yep, it'll say Amy Todd hyphen real estate.
It'll go over.
I don't know if it'll say it on when you call somebody, it'll just, yeah, they don't say it's whatever your, however you are.
Okay, yeah, put real estate in time.
Says I have a.
But when you call somebody though, what shows up on caller ID is how you bought your phone, like what the name of your phone is in. So if your phone number, so like when we got our phone plan, Charity did it, so I would call people and they thought it was her, and I was like, I need my name on there. So I was able to call the company and change it to my name. It just said Bullet Mark.
You know, they forget your number.
Yep.
Yeah, that's everything. And I call people.
Oh, yeah, no, you call it their own company, they'll change it. Cause I did it for real. Alright, so, alright, so now we're gonna go into just some of the conversations, you know, how, like, what are some things, you guys know your audience, like, I don't have a lot of people in my database that have small kids, I'm past that point in my life. I don't hang out with people with small kids. So I do love to paddleboard, I love to play pickleball, I love to walk, I love the beach. Like, so those are the things that are good for me. I mean, last year we bought a Mini Cooper. If y'all don't know about the Mini Cooper world, that's a freaking cult. Those people are crazy. But I started a Mini Cooper group. I sold 2 houses out of that group, and I got a big event planned on Saturday because I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid too. But find what works. Like, what is it that you do that other people can get on board with? If you're a Jeep driver, like Cherry used to have a Jeep, she has a big network of Jeep owners. Even though she doesn't have a Jeep anymore, we still go. We just don't have a Jeep. And I'm like, should we rent one? We don't. We just go. But you can find what you like. Pickleball, you can do that. Dogs, do that. Like whatever it is that you like, do it. All right. And this was going to be what I was going to talk to you about. So once you find out what people like outdoor music, you have friends that like the Bears. I don't know why, but they do. I'm kidding. But find where there's events happening. So like we love outdoor music. Well, I'm not gonna pay to put on a concert for my clients. So there's free music all over Wilmington all summer. And so I would go find 6 to 8 people that I like, that I would want to hang out with for a couple of hours. And I would say, hey, I'm gonna go to this concert. I would love to pack the cooler with the things that you like and meet you to watch the concert. What's your favorite beverage? And they would tell me, and I would go buy a few things. And then we would meet up. I would get there early, put a blanket out, and I had provided them with a concert. Didn't cost me anything except what was in my cooler. And it was a fun time. I am not a huge fan of giving a lot of alcohol at events because I don't want somebody to leave and get hurt. So if they tell me they like Mick Ultra, I'm going to bring them probably 2 bottles of beer. I'm not going to bring more than that. I'm not looking for a slosh I got to take care of either. So whatever they like, bring some food and sit around and have a good time. My dog walking friends. Hey, I'm gonna go walk the loop on Saturday at 9 a.m. I'd love for you to join me and bring your dogs. That gets tricky if you have dogs. You want to make sure all the dogs get along. But those are some of the things. Hey, we're taking the paddle boards out on Sunday afternoon. We'd love for you to come join us. And you can invite people to that. You don't have to have a big production. We don't do that. People are amazed that we don't do big events. We do Pi Day. That's the only thing we do. We don't do anything else. We piggyback on community events. One of our most successful events that we have is a piggyback on another businesses. And look, we just ask that we be part of it. We do. They co-brand with us. They share our stuff. We always get business from it, always. And it's so good for us because it's right in alignment with our brand. That's the other thing you need to be aware of. Be careful who you partner with. Make sure you're in alignment. Because if you're not in alignment, you won't show up well. All right. So that's the good one. And then once you have your event planned, do a touch plan on that. Hey, Amy, I'm calling you because we're going to be at the, whatever. I can't even think of a band name right now. We're going to be at Fort City Shakedown on Thursday night, right? So Beach. I'd love for you to come and bring a guest. Are you free? Yeah, I'm free. Okay, cool. I'm only gonna invite a few friends. What's your favorite beverage? Cool. And then as soon as we hang up, I'm texting you, hey, I'm putting you on my calendar, and then I'm sending you a calendar invite. So you just got 3 touches from me at one time. And then the week before, or if it's that week, then the day before, hey, I can't wait to see you. I'll be there early. I'll have this blanket look for me. And then the day of, I'm sending you a video message as soon as I put the blanket out. I'm here. I can't wait to see you. People hate canceling you when you put that much work into it. They don't cancel. They show up. And then afterwards, once I get home or the next day, I send them a thank you note. Hey, it was so good seeing you. I try to take some pictures while I'm there so I can text, not only text them, but I put them on Facebook and tag them because then they share them and I always post them from my Facebook, my business page. Because now they're sharing my business page. And now I'm in front of their people too. So just that one event gives you like 7 or 8 touches. And then when they post it and all their friends start commenting, then you get to go in there and comment back, hey, I'd love for you to be in the next one. Reach out to me so I can get your information. I'll make sure I include you. Now you've just added 5 people to your database and you know what they like and you know who they're friends with. So if you can get real strategic on thinking about how you plan your events and who you invite, try to invite people who are similar, like-minded. Don't invite people like me and then somebody with 4 kids that act like they've been raised in the jungle. Because I'm gonna leave. I can't handle it. So be aware of who you're bringing, so they get along. Because if you can create friendships, holy cow, what a gift. We started last year doing Sunday family dinner. We do it once a month and we invite a handful of people who are very similar to our house. We provide the main dish, they bring sides. We have created so many cool friendships and now we're having them bring other people. It's so cool. And we're just now, people love us. They sit around the table and talk about how great we are. It's amazing. Like we have a little fan club. But you're just creating those conversations so people want to be in your world. So when you're building your database, think about that. Tag people a certain way so you know what they like. Like for you, fitness is one. Who are your fitness people? And when there's a race coming up, send them an email. Hey, did you see this race is coming? Registration opens on Thursday. Do you want to jump on with me and let's do it together? Such a great thing to do. You probably already do that, but
Well, I do a little bit. I've sponsored some races. I got a run club in Hanson that I sponsored too.
yeah. Yeah, anything that you can do to save people time or money or make them better, they are going to remember you. So if you can get somebody registered for a race and save them $50, they're like, God, that was so nice, Nikki. All right, so I skip around, y'all. I'm terrible about skipping the notes. All right, so I covered all of that. And now we're gonna talk about tagging your database. So when you're thinking about your database, I want you to think about it like airlines, right? So you have first class, you have coach, and then you have probably freight, right? I don't know what's under coach, but so economy. There you go. So you got first class, business, economy, and then people in the belly of the plane. You're probably not worried about those people. But your first class people are the people that you are going to do business with. You know that if they're at a party and did they hear somebody talk about a real estate agent, they're going to say, hey, call Troy. You got to call Troy. He's the best. That's your A. That's your first class A clients. Like you need to be in touch with those people all the time. I call those people all the time. I'm in touch with them all the time. So who are your A players? And I would tag them with an A. Or VIP, whatever works for you, but get those people tagged because that's where you're spending your time. Don't do what I did in the beginning. I spent all my time with my D people, the people that were flying in the cargo part of the plane. I spent all my time with those people. While my A people, I was just like, oh, do your thing. Yeah. Don't do that. It's not smart. It doesn't make good business sense. So your A people are the people they're going to let everybody know that you sell real estate. You're the best person. They need to work with you. Bless you. Bless you. Then you've got your B people. They might tell somebody about you, but you have to be top. You'd really have to be on their mind. Like you had a conversation with them yesterday and they go to a party tonight, they might tell somebody. So there's still great contact, but they don't take precedence over an A. If I have an opportunity to have coffee with an A or a B, I'm going with an A every day of the week. All right. And then your C's are the people that know you, but they probably already have an agent, their best friend's cousin's mother sells real estate. They're going to use them, even though they haven't sold a house since 1992, and that's okay. You still want to stay in touch with those people because that person that hadn't sold a house since 1992 is probably not going to do a great job and they're going to need somebody. So that's when you become the number 2 agent. So your C's, keep them in and let drip on them. They should still get your text, your quarterly call because they know you. But they're probably not somebody that you're going to want to go take a lunch break with. This is a bonus tip, not in my notes, so get ready. Figure out what your dollar per hour is. Do you know how much you're worth per hour? Like if you go take a lunch with somebody and you spend 1 hour, what is that costing you? I know that in 1 hour I can talk to about 10 to 12 people because in 2 hours I can talk to 18 to 25 depending, right? So if I can talk to 10 to 12 people and I set appointments with about 2 out of every 12, that's a lot of money. My lunch better be dang good for me to go spend an hour with somebody and it needs to be worth it. So, sometimes we get in the habit of saying yes because we don't want to be mean. It's not mean. Hey, I really don't have time, but you know what? I'm going to be at Flying Machine on Sunday for an event. I'd love for you to pop in and say hi. It's really hard to get on my calendar for a one-on-one. I don't do a lot of that because anytime I'm one-on-one with somebody else, I'm taking that away from my family. And so you have to decide who you're going to say no to. And I'd much rather say no. So I love Troy. I'd much rather say no to Troy than say no to somebody in my family. And I'd rather have Troy come to an event I'm having that I've already planned and spend a few minutes with him there, not a whole hour for a lunch, unless it's gonna take me somewhere good. So then know what their where they are in the timeline. Are they somebody that would be buying soon? Are they renters? Know when their lease ends if they're a renter. And you really need to be talking to them often when they are 6 months from their lease expiring. Because it takes about 4 months to start working with somebody to get them to a house, especially if they don't have good credit. So you need to be in touch with them a lot, like every month. And remember, buyers aren't always super honest. So if they tell you I'm gonna buy a house next year, they're gonna buy a house this year. That's the truth. If they say they're gonna buy a house in 6 months, it's probably 3. If they tell you they have an 800 credit score, they probably have a 400 credit score. Like everything in that. All right. So be prepared for that, but don't miss the opportunity to talk to them and tag them that way. So if I talk with somebody today and they're like, hey, our lease is up in December, they're now in my database as a nurture. So I know they have a nurture tag. At the beginning of the week, I'm pulling my nurtures to see when was the last time they were communicated with, how long has that been, and then I'm probably making contact if it's been more than a month. Your people that are hot, you should be talking to them about every day. Like there should be some form of communication going on. Hey, did you see what just happened in this neighborhood? I know this is where you want to be. Like you're finding some reason to reach out.
Do you ever set them up on that neighborhood nurture?
I do. I do flex. I do smart plans for everybody in my database. Has a twice a month smart plan for their neighborhood if they're a homeowner. But I set up flex searches for people that are hot, but the searches come to me and the subject is the name of my client because I don't want them getting a generic email. Right. I want to see it first. So I'm like, oh, did you see 123 Main Street came to market? This looks like exactly what you're looking for. So I do have a very early morning time block to look at the hot sheet and to read those emails. They come out like 5:15 or something, so I'm looking at them around 6:30 just to see.
You asked everybody about that nurture, the neighborhood nurture. You asked them, you just had them.
Oh, no, I never asked. I was an assumptive closer. Okay. Troy, I'm sure you would love to know what's happening in your neighborhood, so I'm gonna set you up on this email. You're gonna get 2 emails a month from me. It's gonna show you exactly what's happening in your neighborhood. If you ever see anything that piques your interest, let me know. I don't ever ask for permission. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know if it's against the rules. Don't do it. But if they're in my database, they've asked me to communicate with them. Right? Most people have asked me to communicate. And then get their address. That's the best thing you can do is know where they live, know their motivation. Do they have kids that are graduating from high school next year? If so, they're probably going to sell. They have parents that are sick. They're probably going to move to be near their parents or get something that they can host their parents in. There's lots of things that you want to know about your people because it helps you kind of keep an eye on them. Just have a conversation. It's not an interview. It's just, I told my team today when we were script practicing because they get so in their head about it. I'm like, just picture that you're standing in the grocery store with them. Take the phone away and you're just standing in the grocery store and you're having a conversation. You would just talk with people. If they get mad or they hang up, that's on them, not you. Just let it go. Move on to the next thing. Here's the thing. If you don't use tags in your CRM, you really do have a junk drawer. I mean, it's like a file cabinet with no files. It's like everything is just thrown in this drawer and you're slamming it with papers in. Somebody asked me another question. All right, so make sure that they have tags, make sure you're communicating. Here's the thing, y'all, you can't take withdrawals from that database if you're not making deposits. you've got to make deposits, because if not, you're just calling people up, asking them for something, they're like, why am I gonna help you? Like, I know that I can call my database right now and say, hey, we have a goal to help 135 families this year. Who do you know that we need to be talking to? And they want to help me. At the end of last year, my clients knew how close, I mean, my people knew how close I was to the goal. Melissa, what needs to happen? How can we help you? I'm like, you want to sell your house? Like, that would help. But tell people they care. Generally, people care. And if you've made enough deposits in people, they want to help you. But if you're just a 4 times a year, send a text, hey bro, I'm thinking about you. Sorry, I'm not picking on you, but hey, did you see those bears? But you're not telling them why you're doing what you're doing. They don't care to help you. All right, so you have to let people know why.
How many texts do you have? Do you have 10, do you have 20, do you have 50?
We have a lot. We have a lot. We're working on cleaning them up right now. God bless Morgan. But we're working on cleaning those up now so we can be a little more strategic. But I like tags because I know where I met people. Like, I tag where I met people. Like, if I met them at a concert, I have in there concert, or I'll put pink concert or wherever I was. Or if we do a giveaway, I'll put what the giveaway was. So that way, because you call somebody and they don't know you, you're like, how did you get my number? Well, actually, you registered to win one of my big giveaways. I'm sorry you didn't win, but I was just calling to follow up and see how your year's going. But if you can bring them back to how you were connected, typically it'll calm them down. And we're going to talk about these opt-ins. So how many of you feel like you need more people in your database to get to your goals?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. This is gonna be for you then. Open houses, where it's at. Do open houses and do them at a 7th level. So that means put plenty of signs out. We put our signs out on Wednesday. We put out 20 signs on Wednesday, and they are concentrated around the house. We door knock at least 100 doors. So we do them in 20 segments. Like, we door knock 20 to 25, take a break, do 20 to 25. If our open house is on Saturday, we're door knocking Thursday, Friday. And you're talking to the neighbors, hey, did you see the house on 123 Main Street? I just listed that house. Or, hey, I'm holding an open house. You don't have to say who listed it. They don't care. I'm holding an open house on Saturday. I really would love for you to come by and give me some feedback on the house. It'll help me sell it to the right people. Can you tell me, what do you love about the neighborhood? I'd love to be able to share that. That gets people talking. They love to give you their opinion. If they hate the neighborhood, try to wrap it up and move on. But then when they come, y'all, I don't let people come in the house if they don't register. I will go toe to toe with somebody. I will say, oh, I'm so glad you're here today. What has you shopping? I'm just looking. Y'all get this. I'm just looking. Oh, great. I'm glad you're here to look. I promised my seller that I would let them know who was in their house today. So if you could scan this QR code and register, or you can use pen and paper, which works best for you. I'm not doing that. I have an agent. Oh, that's great. Who's your agent? And if they don't tell me, okay, well, you need to sign in. If they do tell me their agent, great, I know them. I'm going to text them or call them. Or, hey, do you have their number? I want to call them and let them know you're here. I am very strict about it. I have had people walk away. I don't care. I mean, you're not coming in the house if you don't let me know why you're there, because you might be a killer. I don't know. So
Hasten to join or something.
you never know. I've done stupid things at open houses. So when you do an open house, choose a popular open house, one that's priced well, one that's not been on the market for 90 days with no price reductions because nobody's coming. And then get there early, turn the lights on, be prepared, be personable, be yourself. I'm not going to get into open houses because somebody else is teaching that class. But this is my favorite. So next week we are having a bold 100, reverse bold 100. If y'all don't do these, you need to do these. These will change your business. We do them every single time that Amanda offers them. I think this is a $500 package this time, or $1,000. It's like somebody's gonna clean your house. I'm like, who doesn't want that? So y'all need to start today. You are going to get this put out on social media. Tara's already created the graphic for you. New year, new home. And it's not even a new home, right? It's just a clean home. Or maybe it's New Year clean home. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Use the tagline because Tara's smarter than me. But get it out there with a Google form. It's very easy to create a Google form, and you are going to ask people their name, their address, their email, how long they've lived at that address, and when are you thinking about making your next move. And this is what you do. You give them 3 boxes to check. When are you going to make your next move? In the next year, the next 2 to 3 years, 3+ years. And they just help you segment your database, because now you know who's hot and who's a watch, right? So it's just a checkbox. You don't need to ask them 30 questions. Name, email, phone number, address, and that timeline. And then, do you know anybody that I can help make a move this year?
Did you say, when did you, are you planning to move with those?
When are you planning to make your next move? This year, next 2 to 3 years, or 3+ years?
You limit that to local.
No.
When you call your stuff.
No, typically, no, I don't. I've done a really big giveaway before. We didn't limit it to local, and I wish I would have because I spent so much money. That was a lesson learned. And I spent a lot of money, and I got people from everywhere, and they couldn't even use the thing. So we ended up letting those people know that we were drawing locally because somebody not local wouldn't win, and then we drew for a gift card for the people not local because I didn't do a great job setting it up.
So that's what I, like, this was house cleaning, I seen that set up through here.
Oh yeah,
It's gotta be local.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can do something. It's like that. You could maybe offer something else if you wanted to, like get a get something like that. But people will register, and that's all your Google form says. But your post can say, "Hey, enter here to win. I'll call you on Thursday." I let people know I'm going to call them because if they don't answer when I call them, I'm not entering them. Like they can take my phone call. Because I will. So I do say that on the post. I'm going to call you on Thursday. Or look forward to talking to you on Thursday. That way they know I'm probably going to call them. And I have a copied and pasted text message in my notes. So when they don't answer, I say, hey, I'm calling to confirm your entry into the house cleaning package, whatever it is. Calling to confirm your entry. Make sure you call me back before 4 o'clock so I can get you entered. And because I'm having a phone conversation. And at that point, I want to know their birthday, what are their plans for the year, all those things. On a Bold 100, you have to move quickly. I'm competitive. I'm going to get 100 contacts on Thursday. But so you have to move quickly, and you can preface it that way. Oh my gosh, Amy, thank you so much for calling me back. My phone has been ringing off the hook today, so I'll only keep you for a minute. That's your best way to get people to roll through. Y'all, this is such a good way to build your database. So good. We typically get anywhere from 200 to 600 opt-ins on a Bold like this because we advertise it really well. Not that that's a great thing because sometimes you got to clean them up because they aren't people you really want to do business with. But it's it's the fun of the contact and weeding it out. That's what Gary Keller said. You got to weed it and then harvest it. So we're gonna weed it out once you get those people. So I'm going to give you another little tip. You can do an opt-in for a local guide. So think about, are any of you brunch people? Do you all like brunch? Brunch, okay. So I just kind of was thinking about one. And remember, we want to save people time and money and make their life a little bit easier. So how do we do that? And so if you think about a hook, like could be, this is the guide that everybody asks me for. Well, everybody wants to be like everybody else. Y'all, if y'all don't know that, if you don't use the word most people in your sales presentation, you're missing the mark because everybody wants to be like most people. So everybody asks me for this all the time. Comment brunch and I'll get you my brunch guide. And so you have a list of like your 5 favorite brunch spots, okay? And you highlight those. Well, guess what? When you do that, tag the 5 brunch spots because they should share it. If they're good, if they're not, don't ever go eat there. Because if they're not going to support you, you shouldn't support them. But I'm kidding, kind of. But I am that way. I will go. And I will message them to make sure they can't say I didn't see it. You did see it, so share it. Like I will say, hey, I'm putting you in front of my whole audience. I want you to put me in front of yours. I tagged you in this. I'd love for you to share it because I'm going to try to drive traffic to your business. And if people don't do that, I don't partner with them again. I mean, I am that person. I'm a little intense. Sorry, I don't want you to be Florida lunch. I'm a little intense.
So do you give them brunch? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't give them brunch. I give them the guide.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, you can ask, so this is something I would do. I would ask one of those places, would they be willing to give you a 10% discount code for people to use to go to their brunch spot? Okay. So you're asking people opt in. I'll send you my free, don't say opt in. Comment brunch. I'll send you my brunch guide. These are my 5 favorite spots. And guess what? Brunches is giving us 10% off if you go by the end of the month. If they are, don't offer it if they're not. And on the same thing, y'all, once they opt in and they say brunch, have a Google form. same questions. We have a Google form for same questions for everything. And I send it to them and say, hey, once you complete this, you'll get the brunch guide. I send it to them, they complete it, they get my brunch guide. And from there, I don't do brunch, so I'm just giving y'all an example. I've never done this, so let me know if it works. And then one of the things you could do, like, think about this, like, what if you had 10 people or 8 people enter? Then you could say, hey, why don't we all go grab brunch at one of these spots and create a small event? You don't have to pay, don't ever pay. Just say, let's go have brunch. Then you would call brunches and say, hey, I've got a group of 8 people. Remember that thing I told you I was sharing? I've got 8 people. Can we get a 10% discount if I bring 8 people in or 5 people in? You gotta ask for the discount. We used to have a coach here, and one of the things she did, Charity used to be scared to death to talk to people. If y'all don't know, Charity's my buyer's agent, also my wife, but she was scared to talk to people, and so she was challenged that every store she went to, she had to ask for a discount. And y'all know how awful that was for her. Tony was as white as this table. He hated doing it. Never will ask for a discount now, so I'm embarrassed myself asking for a discount. But it just got her in the habit of asking for something, and so you would be surprised at what people will give you. It's actually insane what they want to work with you if you can tell them why. And the why is that you're going to put this out on social media and people are going to opt in. Now, if you get to have a small event like this, how awesome. Like, get there, take photos, take videos, tag it, tag your business, tag that business. They're going to put it on social media. It's a wonderful thing. Like, the more that you can partner with other people, the better. But you're looking for ways for people to say, hey, I want to communicate with you. You know, if you have a big contractor list, that's one thing I'm not good at. But if somebody has a great contractor list, that's something you could say on social media. Hey, I have a name for every person that does something that has to do with your house. Comment handyman for my list, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not feeling super creative right this minute, but think of some things to get people to comment. And it's always about the hook, y'all. Don't give them a 5-page thesis on why they need to opt in on your Google form. Give them a hook. I did all the hard work for you. Now you can just go enjoy brunch. But get people involved in some way. Maybe you do a Valentine's Day gift card. I'm not saying you have to spend a lot of money, but who do you use for your closing attorney? Who do you use for your lender? If you've sent them business, go ask them to help you buy a $50 gift card. If they won't do it, find another vendor. And I am serious about that. Like, your people should be helping you, because if they don't, use somebody else. There's plenty of people that will do it. All right, birthdays. We've talked about that, y'all. This could be a 3-touch plan. Really, birthday card, video, text message, phone call. That's 3 touches right there. Like, you can touch your people so many times. If they have kids and you know the kid's birthday, drop something in the note for the kids. Do you know how much people love that? Video text is great. We talked about that. One of my favorite questions is, what are you doing to celebrate? And then if somebody ever tells me nothing, or if I know I have somebody that's like a widow or something, I take a cake. I take a little blunt. For people that are nice, you know, I'm not doing it for everybody. You know what I mean? But like the people that I know I will do that for. Okay. So find some way to make that different. If they've had a graduation, a new baby, like I just talked to somebody a while ago, her daughter graduates this May, so I've already put a task in command for my EA to send a graduation card at the beginning of May, because I know she graduates in May. So I want to be the first card in. She graduates at the end of May. I want to be the first person to send her a card. All right. Your database is going to grow when people don't feel like they're being marketed to, but that they're being recognized. And how do you recognize people? What are the small groups that you can do? How can you get people in relationship with each other? How can you get in front of them? And then, you know, as we think about some of the small groups, what are the things you like? Book club, such a good one. We've had so much success with book clubs. Morgan does that, I don't, but that's one of her things. She loves to do it, so she invites people. You can do a walk and talk, like get and walk with people. If you like to walk, go walk. People love to walk with you. It's really cool. Do a coffee meetup. I'm doing 50 first dates this year, so I have to have 50 dates this year where I have coffee with somebody every single week, and I take them on a date, and that's part of my budget. Like, I'm spending money on coffee instead of because you know what I realized at the end of last year is we did so many like sponsorship events and we got no business from them. And I was like, why are we spending so much money? I mean, we spent a lot of money. I'm like, I'm gonna start taking my people out. You have to find what works for you. I know people that have big client events that get a ton of business from it. I'm not good in a big event setting. I get very overwhelmed. I have ADD, so I'm all over the place. I can't focus because I'm thinking about this person. So it's not good for me. If it's good for you, do it because you can get in front of a lot of people. But find the thing that works for you and do that. And then as we leave today, I want you to implement one thing. What is one thing that you could do to get you on track with communicating with your database? How long time we got? About 10 minutes. What's one thing that you guys heard that you could implement in your business right now to help you get to a millionaire real estate agent database? I gave you a lot of things. Time block, yes. When is what time of day are you best like to do that? Like, what's your best time of day? Late morning? So what time would that be, like 10 to 12? Okay. So I would say go put that on your calendar and then don't deviate from that. I was gonna say if you had a hair appointment, you wouldn't cancel it, but you probably cancel a hair appointment. A woman wouldn't. But you wouldn't cancel going to hang out with a guy and still watch a game and drink a beer, would you? Okay, so put that on your calendar as a Bears game. Because imagine if you go get some Bears box seats or something. I don't know what you would do, but block that out. And then, y'all, this is another little trick. Inside of your calendar block in the description, put what you're going to do in that block. So that way you don't show up, like I knew today coming in exactly who I was calling today. I knew exactly how many contacts I had to make, and I knew exactly who I was calling. And that's why I was like, okay, I can pound this out because I know what I need to do. Have your calendar set up that way. Make it where nobody can interfere. Like communicate with your family. Hey, this is what I'm doing. I can't be bothered during this time. Pretend like I'm at a doctor's appointment. Because you wouldn't deviate from that. All right, so time blocking. Who else is going to implement time blocking?
Is that every day? Like,
I do it every day.
every day?
So Wednesday is I take Wednesday as an easy day. So I just know I have to have a 2-hour time block on Wednesday, whatever that looks like. Last Wednesday, I didn't do it at all. So I had to do it on Saturday. So that's an agreement I've made with myself that if I don't get it done, then I have to work on Saturday. And I hate it.
So you tell anybody new on those days, or is it just your database and people you know and have done this before?
So I'm very fortunate that I have a large database now, so I don't have to do cold calls. But prior to that, I did have cold call days.
Where'd you get your cold calls?
Visbos, and then I had the opt-ins because we do a lot of opt-ins. So people would say, I want to win your thing, but I don't want to talk to you. And those are the people I would call, and they'd be like, how'd you get my number? Well, you know. But I did make those phone calls for sure. Open houses. Okay. Yeah, open houses for sure. Door knocking. I used to door knock all the time. I mean, I'm thankful I've worked to a place I don't have to do that anymore. But if my business ever got really slow, you would see me doing a lot of open houses. You can have a good conversation. It is. I would say in the beginning, probably not so great. I was terrible. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
But know what to say. I mean, practice. This is where Jeff comes in handy because he does a lot of script and role play. I'm full of bonus tips today. Record yourself. Set up your camera and record yourself knocking on the door of what you would say to the person when they answer. See how you act. See what mannerisms you have.
I just thought door knocking was the thing of the past. I mean, I've heard both ways. I just don't, which ways.
I mean, I think you will have, just like open houses, you're gonna have some that don't work. Like, you're gonna have some days you're like, God, that was a waste of a Saturday. I mean, we've all done it, right?
Yeah.
But then you're gonna have some that are really good. I would say my numbers are about every 4 to 5 are good. Then it's like 4 to 5 that suck, and then a good one. The good ones are always really good though.
Yeah.
So it's numbers, and it's really about the numbers game.
That counts as your
Legion? Oh, for sure. Especially if I can get them in my database. I'm asking for a phone number and email. I already know their address because I knocked on the door. All right. And then I'm dropping a card in the mail too. Like the next week, I'm sending a card in the mail with my business card. Hey, it was so nice chatting with you last week.
You don't give them a business card that day.
Mhm. I don't. I normally have a flyer. I'm inviting you to my open house. I'd love for you to come. Love for you to come take a preview. Tell me what you
Is
think.
that the only time you're not? Because when you're doing it, you just randomly.
I used to door knock my farm. Like I had a farm area, I don't do that anymore either. I'm strictly database now and events. But yeah, it works. You should door knock. I think you'd be good at it.
I have before, scared to death, like,
Really?
I was like, "Yeah."
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I did like 3, I'm like, I think that. What am I gonna
Start with 10, then like take the house that's for sale and not the 10 across the street. Just door knock the 10 across the street and then come back and door knock 5 on either side. Do it, break it up into 2 days, do 20. Don't start with 100.
Okay.
Start with 20.
Yeah.
Do 10 one day, make yourself go back the next day.
Yeah.
And you will be fine. Most people aren't mean to your face. Sometimes, but not always.
Well, they don't use their front door either, a lot of times.
Yeah, or you'll get one. I got one, y'all. I'm not on her door. I'm not kidding. She probably had like 70 cats. I'm allergic to cats. So I'm standing on the door. My eyes are itching. I'm like, oh my God, this is so terrible. I will never sell this house. There were so many cats. I think it was like a hoarding situation. And she said, don't ever contact me. Like, I will talk to you here, but don't ever send me anything. Somehow she got in our database anyway. This woman called me and went off on me. She's like, can I show you? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. And I'm like, I would never work. And that's when I was like, why am I hoarding these names of people that I don't even like?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to work with them. So when you let those people go, it makes space for new people. As much as I used to door knock a lot, and I will say, I can only think of 2 times that I had a bad situation. I did have one guy call the cops on me. Because it was dinner time.
Oh.
That's literally what he told the cops, that I was knocking on his door at dinner time. And is that a crime? Like, he called the BIC and everything. Yeah, it was, and I was new. I was so scared.
Oh,
So when you door knock, cause I'll do that for my open house. Do you get their name and phone number at the door or when they come to,
At the door.
you do?
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
hey, I'm Melissa. Calls. Hey, I'm Amy. They don't want to tell you. They will.
Right, yeah,
Oh, hey, so nice to meet you. Hey, I'm the agent. I'm gonna be holding 123 Main Street open on Saturday. I just wanted to pop by and invite you to be my guest. I'd love to get some feedback from you so I can share it with the sellers. Are you available to pop in? No, probably not. This is literally have a conversation, but no, probably not. Okay, great. Well, hey, before I let you go, I'm just curious, what do you love about the neighborhood? Can you tell me one thing you love about the neighborhood? I'd love to share it with people that come through the house. Hopefully pick you some great neighbors. That gets them talking every time. Oh, I love that we can walk our dogs on the streets. I love that our kids can play and don't have to worry about, oh, that's so good. Hey, so Amy, I didn't catch your last name. What's your last name? She'll tell me, oh, good. What's a good email for you? And I never act like they're not gonna give it to me. I'm just like, oh, that Amy, Todd, what's a good email for you? I'm looking at my paper, never look up, what's a good email for you? They tell me, okay, and the phone number, never look up. They tell me, oh, thanks so much for talking to me today, Amy. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. I know you said you were busy, but I really would love it if you pop by. And then on Monday, after the open house, I'm sending out a card. Thank you for talking to me at the door. Sometimes I'll say something funny, like, thanks for not slamming the door in my face. It was nice to chat with you. So, you know, be your personality. I'm sarcastic, so, and I think people can gather that when they meet you the first time.
And I guess some neighborhoods cancel it.
No, don't do that. I got in trouble for that too.
if it says.
Non-soliciting.
you'll
If
see
it says-
signs.
Are you actually want to do that? I mean, you're not like,
Yeah, you
selling.
can't do stuff.
You're not
you
selling.
can't do stuff?
Yeah, yeah. All right, what other things, what else are you guys implementing? Please sign something.
Tags,
Tag,
more tags,
yep.
yeah.
Don't go bananas on the tags, just come up with a few. Definitely your DTD2 tags, like go in and tag those people.
Yeah.
Y'all just Google 2026 DTD2 calendar, it'll come up.
Yeah.
It's very easy, it pops right up. Tag your database and just start, don't go back and try to do A, just go ahead and do B and E this week
Mhm.
and roll with it. If you find yourself without somebody, probably go back to A and W.
And so, like, when you're sitting there, like, doing like, FISBOs and expireds, would you put those people, and you looked at their phone number, would you put those people into your database?
That's actually not legal unless they give you permission. You can't just put them in your database and start sending them a bunch of stuff. You have to have a conversation.
No,
Make
like,
sure-
after you've had the conversation.
After you have the conversation, yeah, I would put them in.
Okay,
Mhm.
because I've done a few of that, few of those.
Yeah, if you are just grabbing an expired call list and dropping that in your database, you're just taking up space. You just make your junk drawer overflow. You wanna have a conversation first. I don't do FISBOs and expireds, somebody on my team does.
Uh-huh.
And they're not allowed to come in the database until they make contact. And then we have a smart plan for them. I won't get into too much of that, but then we have a touch plan for them. But yeah, make sure, remember, if they go in your database, there's a reason. What is the trigger? What is the reason why they're there and how are you gonna add value to them?
That's what I struggle with sometimes. Like, what is the reason? Where,
Well, if they're a FISBO or an expired, they wanna sell their house.
okay,
That's the trigger. Like, what can you give them? Rates came down last week. That's the first thing I'd be sending. Hey, rates just came down. You know, the buyer should be emerging in the market very quickly. What's your plan to sell your house?
uh-huh,
Okay,
okay.
tags are good. Right, what else? What else have y'all got?
Promise me.
Promise.
That was a good one.
People won't break their promise.
Yeah, most people like.
Most people, yes, I'm telling you, it works. Most people feel exactly like you do. Now they feel normal.
Yes.
Oh, they do? Most people feel that way? Most people don't know what their home is worth in today's market. Would you like to know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, most people, of course I want to know. Now I don't feel stupid because I don't know, right? So it's like, you just de-escalate something really quickly when you say most people. Another one, I'll give you another little magic word phrase is, if I could show you how you could lower your interest rate, would you be open to having a conversation on it? If I could show you how much equity you have in your home, would that be beneficial for your family? If I could you. So that is always a great way to get people in the conversation. Just think about, I think the biggest tip I gave you guys is that when you're in your database and talking to people, just pretend like you're standing in front of them. Like, you wouldn't be scared, you would have a conversation. Like, you say they want to hear, your people are probably so happy with the call after they find out that nothing tragic happened. Don't take forever to tell them that either. Like, you'd be like, hey, I'm good, I just wanted to call you. Because if you let them hang on for too long, they're gonna be like, what's wrong, Shirley? Right? And then the other gold nugget is really thinking about your database and how can you partner your database up to get to events where they all get along. If you can play matchmaker within your database and have some good little, even if it's only 2 people, y'all, that's fine. I do good in a group of like 6 to 8 people. Charity does good in 2 people to 30 people. Like, she either wants a really small or a really big. She doesn't like the in between. So you have to figure out, everybody's different. Nobody's going to do their business like I do mine, and that's okay. And I'm not going to do mine like everybody else does theirs, and that's okay too. You just have to figure out what works, but get your database and work it, because that's where your money is. So many agents spend so much money buying leads. Leads convert at such a low rate. Unless you are a script ninja, you are probably not converting a cold on one lead. Like, you have got to be good to do that. You have got to know what to say. And I'm not saying you don't, you may. I don't know. We've spent a ton of time practicing what to say, and we still get caught up sometimes. I mean, they will get you. They're like little vultures. They are. They want to trip you up. They like it. So, don't buy leads. Go meet people. Go to places that you like. If you have $50 to spend, go to a coffee shop and buy 5 cups of coffee. And just say, hey, buy the next 5 cups of coffee and let the people know that I bought that for them. Ask them to come over and say hi. And yeah, just think about where you could spend money. If money is an issue, if you don't have a lot of money, cool, that's fine. You don't have to spend money. You can just go out and meet people. You can do something online that says, hey, come take a walk with me. We did a walking club. We probably started about 3 years ago, and I'm telling y'all, the first 6 times I went, nobody came. I was like, dang, this sucks. And then eventually 1 person came, and then 2 people came. And now that group goes on without me most of the time, because it's at a time that I can't really go. I mean, I created it before I got to this place.
Yeah.
And that's okay. They still love me because I created the group.
Well, I do it with clients too. Like, oh, I can't do lunch or coffee. I'm like, well, I know you like to walk, or I know you want to get outside, so meet me down at the loop at Rice Beach or something, wherever they just meet them where they're at.
For sure. And you can have a time thing.
Great too. Good conversations.
Walking's always good. People tell you so much.
So it's very therapeutic.
You gotta have a dog in my neighborhood, and you gotta play golf. I play golf, but I don't have a dog yet.
You want one? We help rescue dogs. Aw.
More than anything, I want a dog, but I can't, I've never had a dog before in my entire life.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do with a dog, but everybody in my
Oh.
neighborhood has a dog and I'm always going up to the dogs and
I was there.
loving on them and everything, and I love dogs, and I'm just like, I haven't pulled that trigger yet.
You'll figure it out. They're kind of like, it's okay, just feed them, give them water, make sure they go out.
Oh,
They're pretty self-sufficient.
It's going to the bathroom and stuff like that, I just don't know, like, how do you know? Oh,
Sort of, right?
okay.
We work with a rescue that they have a lot of older dogs that, seriously, if you ever want a dog to rescue, reach out to me because we are very involved in that.
Okay,
Don't get a lab puppy.
No, don't get a either.
Don't get a
Pit bull, he's-
I love a pit bull, you know, if they're
Oh,
with their
mine's-
owner sometime.
We have one. He is such a stubborn little.
Oh,
Mine's so,
I love that.
mine does smart and stupid at the same time.
Yes, ours
It's
too.
great.
And then I have 2 doodles as well, and they're great. But, well, if you golf and dogs, like, what can you do around that? Like, think about it.
Right,
So when you always hear find one thing that we talked about that you can implement. Don't go try to do 75 touches and 20 hours of Legion. Don't do that. Go choose one thing, nail it this week, and then what can you add on next week? But think about what is it that you have that is valuable. Just because Jordan Freed, if y'all don't follow him, he's a big coach with KW, and we'll go after this. But he, we're 5 minutes over. I'm sorry. He posted this thing this week, and he's like, most magicians don't realize that they still have magic. Did anybody read this? It was so good.
newsletter.
Yeah, it's just his Facebook post. But he said most magicians forget how their magic impacts other people because they forget they have it. Because they just do it so much. And so I was like, God, that's so true. He's like, so don't forget your magic. Like, we all have magic. We all have something to bring. And we do this so much so we overthink it. And we forget that people just want to be in our world. They want to know what we're doing and they want to know how we can help them. And so if we can just remember our magic and talk to people from that place and not from, oh my God, I got to get 20 contacts today and I have to set 4 appointments. Take that off the table. Just go talk to your people. Be in a relationship with them. Keep impeccable notes in your database so that when you call them up in another, because y'all 3 months is a long time in real estate. I will not remember what they told me. Yeah, I have to put it in. So put it in there. Hey, they're moving. Their kid's graduating. This is their dog's name. Like, I try to put as many things as I can in my database. So when you call them next time, it's there. All right. Y'all go build your database. Go get some good things. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah,
I
thank
was
you.
like,
Oh, good. Good, good. All right.